Next, we are meeting with a fellow Civil War nurse. Welcome. So tell me, how do you know Clara Barton?
Well, I met Miss Barton while I was an RN during the Civil War. Clara was always proactive, creative, and helpful to those around her. During a severe supplies shortage, Clara solicited to Washington and Massachusetts, among other places, to gain access for food, medicine, and weapons for their soldiers. In order to keep the men's spirits up, she offered personal support, including writing letters and praying for them. Her greatest desire was to decrease the suffering of others and respond to the call of human need.
That's wonderful. Can you tell me what attributes made Miss Barton a true leader during the Civil War time?
Yes, well, Clara had a lot of perseverance and through the grim times of war, and dedication to her peers and soldiers. Her vision of adequate medical care of the troops, ability of appropriate delegation, and positive energy solidified her role as a resounding leader of the Civil War.
What would you say was Clara's greatest achievement?
Miss Clara was deemed the angel of the battlefield. All that who knew her for her service in the Civil War always mentioned that aspect of her. Her dedication to providing emotional and physical care to others was monumental throughout the war, and her name will be everlasting throughout the medical field.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
You are welcome.
Now we have the privilege of interviewing a Civil War soldier. Welcome. When did you first meet Clara?
I knew Clara was one of the first volunteers at the Washington Infirmary, taking care of all the soldiers who were injured. But I met her in 1861 after her father died because she left the hospital and decided to help soldiers on the field. I was at the Battle of Antietam when I met her. She was bringing supplies with her in army wagons and helping the surgeons make bandages because the surgeons didn't have the right supplies. She also comforted us, cooked for us, prayed for us, and kept our spirits up. And once my wound was mostly healed, she organized all the healthy men to perform first aid, carry water, and prepare food for the other soldiers.
Well, that's a great effort there. What would you say is Clara's greatest achievement?
She was really good at getting the guys who were healthy to help out. She saw there was a need for things to be organized, so she used us all to our best potential. She always recognized a need and figured out a way to supply it. If it wasn't for her, the doctors would still be using corn husks for bandages. She truly was the angel of the battlefield because she just helped everyone, the soldiers, the doctors, and never stopped. I heard she even advertised in newspapers for provisions and supplies and donated her own money to get us the stuff. She was very dedicated, and she was definitely put on this earth to care for people in need.
What an amazing woman. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Here we have a dear friend of Clara's to share a bit more about her accomplishments. Welcome.
Thank you.
How do you think she related to the soldiers in the field as she put life in line for them to take care of them?
Well, initially when she brought the soldiers the aid, she recognized them as her boys, meaning like boys that she had grown up with and boys that she had actually taught. So she provided them with clothing, assorted foods, and supplies for the sick, along with other organizations, even though she never affiliated with any of them.
Okay. And do you know how Clara helped identifying 22,000 missing men?
Yeah, so actually she spent a lot of time with the boys. She prayed with them and just listened to their issues. And so she actually learned about a lot of the regiments that they were actually in. And so she would write to the families for them, and she would receive letters back from the family. And she actually started the Missing Men in the United States with the help of Abraham Lincoln before he was assassinated. And people would just write her, and she would look up to see where the families were.
Do you know how Clara helped identify 22,000 missing men?
Yeah, the close contact she had with her soldier boys gave her valuable information in regards to which regiments they belonged to. So she would write to the families that were inquiring about loved ones who had been reported missing. She enlisted the help of President Lincoln before his assassination, who instructed the families to write personally to Clara, who established the Office of Correspondence with Friends of the Missing Men of the United States Army. With the help of an assistant, she answered over 63,000 letters.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.